Hi friends, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And what I have for you today is a new collection video. I've started this new shelf here that I have put together and somewhat filled. I have Imprint, ViaVision, and Umbrella titles in there, so that's what we're going to go over today. And we have done that first big shelf down there and the two little ones next to it. And I'm going to do that third one. That's the Warner Archive titles, but I have to get those in order because if you ever saw it, your OCD heads would absolutely blow off the way it is right now. So this one's pretty much in order. So I'm probably going to do the first, the top, and then the first 2.5 shelves that are done. All right, I'm going to jump up on my ladder and we'll get this one going. Okay, so I'm going to start with the little box sets right here on top of the shelving unit. I have the Imprint After Dark Neo-Noir Cinema Set with Blue Steel, Internal Affairs, The Crimson Rivers, The Way of the Gun, The Yards, and Narc. All great films. And then this is a placeholder. Oops. Now I have a placeholder here. This is an Arrow Film Noir box set. I have this here until I can get another Imprint box set to put up here, but it's a great set anyway. It has The Suspect, The Sleeping City, Thunder on the Hill, and Six Bridges to Cross. And this really beautiful Film Noir Essentials Collection 5 from Imprint just arrived from Orbit today. And this one has in it the Island of Doom Men, The Red Menace, The Burglar, and 13 West Street. So I'm looking forward to jumping into that set. And I showed you the directed by Sidney Lumet set Volume 1 in one of my recent videos with the fantastic The Pawnbroker, The Group, The Deadly Affair, Child's Play, The Offense, and Serpico. And it also includes the documentary film by Sidney Lumet, which is fantastic. So that's a nice special feature. And then we have some films, Irish films, directed by Jim Sheridan. And we have My Left Foot, The Field, In the Name of the Father, and The Boxer. All fantastic films. We have the Wicker Man set, and then we have the Stephen King box set that I did show in a video hiding out back there. Okay, so I'm going to run through these little box sets on the first shelf here. And what these are single films with, sometimes they'll have multiple cuts, or if it's a 4K, it'll have a 4K, and then some special features or a Blu-ray. Also, this the Browning version has 2 cuts of the film, the original and then the remake. But I apologize about the lighting too. It's a little weird in this corner, but moving on, we have Faye Dunaway and Mickey Rourke in Barfly, which is excellent. And I said the Browning version, which is a really great film starring Albert Finney. And The Bounty with Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins. This is a great movie. And most of these I've already seen, but I've seen them on different platforms, so I kept them sealed for the time being. Burn with Marlon Brando. Great Sam Peckinpah films coming up here. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. That's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a Western dark comedy, but very, very good. Great World War II film from Sam Peckinpah, Cross of Iron. Excellent. The Orphanage. This is a fantastic film from Guillermo del Toro. Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau in The Odd Couple collection. A lot of fun there. And this one was tough to get a hold of on the beach, but I'm glad I did get it. And how many sets of The Warriors are too many? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I actually got this one before the new Arrow one came out, and I could not resist the Arrow one. Jack Nicholson, Helen Hunt, and Greg Kinnear in As Good as It Gets. It is such a fantastic film. If you've not seen it, please do yourself a favor and get a hold of it. Sean Penn and Christopher Walken in At Close Range. Fantastic film. I don't think it has a Blu-ray release in the States. Robert Duvall in The Apostle. Another great one. Across 110th Street. Haven't seen it yet, but it was highly recommended. Audrey Rose. Super creepy film. Definitely check this one out. Kurt Russell in Breakdown. A lot of fun. There's also a Paramount Presents release of that one. Black Sunday. Bug with Ashley Judd and Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon is absolutely nuts in this one, but he is fantastic. If you've not seen Bug, put it high on your list. It is so much fun. It is so wacky and so crazy, but so, so good. Body Parts. The Beast. Blue Chips. Fun basketball movie for the sports fans. Bloody Sunday, based on true events that took place on a Sunday in 1972 in Ireland when they were fighting with the British. Started out peaceful, ended up violent. Bunny Lake is missing. City of God, based on a true story and takes place in the rough areas of Rio de Janeiro. This is a great watch, very tough, but really good. Chinese Box. The Contender. This is a really good political thriller, I would say. And Joan Allen is fantastic in this. And really what it's about is just the truth and being true to yourself. And it is excellent. I highly recommend that one. You don't have to be, I'm not into politics, but you don't have to be into politics to enjoy it, is my point. The Chalk Garden, haven't seen it in a while. The Catman of Paris, I've never seen it, but it was recommended, so I picked it up. Damage. This one I can't see well enough to pronounce, but it's a great, Akira, by the great Akira Kurosawa, so you can't say no to that. Great film with Matt Dillon, Drugstore Cowboy. Dead Again. Another great one, The Deep. Super creepy. The Dawn is Dead. Fire in the Sky, which to this day is my favorite alien abduction movie. Hands down, it's fantastic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I don't think there's a Blu-ray in the States, but I think the standard edition of Imprint is still available. Fear is the Key. This is a 1970s movie that was recommended to me by my good friend Cinema Dave, and if he says to get it, I get it. Okay, on and on we go. The first one, Ladies and Gentlemen, The Fabulous Stains. I don't think I've seen that one. James Caan and the Gambler. Haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember enjoying it. Cate Blanchett in The Gift. This is a really cool thriller. If you haven't seen it, definitely do some homework on it and check it out. It's good. Steve McQueen in The Hunter. Haven't watched that one yet. The Haunting of Julia. This is one that came really hyped up, and I feel like I just wanted a little bit more from it. I need to give it a second chance because I think I was tired when I watched it. Harem, haven't watched it yet. An early work from Paul Thomas Anderson, Hard 8. It's pretty much a gambling movie, but it's more than that. And if you like Paul Thomas Anderson, this is well worth a watch. It's really good. The House of the Spirits. I'll Sleep When I'm Dead with Clive Owen. Oh, Tim Robbins in Jacob's Ladder. He plays a Vietnam vet with PTSD. Really great movie. Johnny Got His Gun from Dalton Trumbo. And if you don't know the story of Dalton Trumbo, definitely check out the movie Trumbo for that information. It's a really interesting story. Dustin Hoffman as Lenny. He plays Lenny Bruce. And what a biopic this is. I talked about it in a video. If you have not seen this one, you are definitely missing out. You're going to want to learn about Lenny Bruce because he is the reason comedians can do what they do today. This is fantastic. Dustin Hoffman is brilliant in it. Let's Scare Jessica to Death. Lady in a Cage. Let It Ride. It's a fun one with Richard Dreyfuss. Lolita. I have not watched this one yet. And this one I just got in, Melina. That was one that I had to wait for a little bit. Moving on, My Summer of Love, a coming-of-age movie with a very young and a very not nice Emily Blunt. She is so mean in this one, but really good. She's got some screws loose in that one. The Mothman Prophecies. I love this one. I think it's super creepy. I have been told many times on my channel in the comments that this is based on true events, that it really happened. And if you want to see some creepy stuff and a really great movie, check out Mothman Prophecies. Man on a Swing. The Music of Chance. The Medusa Touch. Paul Newman in Nobody's Fool. This is very good. The Naked Jungle. No Way to Treat a Lady. Jack Lemmon in The Out of Towners. This is a lot of fun. It's a funny movie. Very young Brooke Shields in Pretty Baby, and it's about women of the night. And The Rose Tattoo. I have not seen this one yet, but it came highly recommended, so I am looking forward to it. And carrying on, we have Return to Paradise with Vince Vaughn, Anne Heche, and Joaquin Phoenix. What a gut punch of a movie this is. A bunch of friends are on well, they're not friends. They kind of meet each other on vacation in Malaysia, and They're hanging out in a house. They buy some hash. They're partying. They're doing their thing. And a bunch of the guys decide, you know, they're going to leave. And Joaquin Phoenix's character stays behind to clean up. And he gets caught with the hash and is thrown in a Malaysian prison. And he's threatened with the death penalty unless they can convince one of these guys who really don't even know each other to give up a year of his life and go back and serve a year in prison. And it really makes you think, what would you do in that situation for a person you don't really even know? Regarding Henry, this is a very sweet film with Harrison Ford. He plays a workaholic, and he is injured in the beginning of the movie and loses his memory, so he's kind of a completely different person, and it's about his family getting to know him and him getting to know them in a very different way. But it's really a very touching movie. Stir of Echoes, a great underrated horror film with Kevin Bacon. It's awesome. Brendan Fraser in School Ties. And it's I believe this was like, it's supposed to be back like in the 1950s or so, and he's a football star, but he's also Jewish, and he goes to this, I think it's a Catholic boarding school, guys' school, and none of the guys know he's Jewish, and he has to hide it so that he's able to play football and hopefully get a scholarship. But really tough and really interesting coming-of-age movie. The Skeleton Key. This is a really great movie, too, with Kate Hudson. Very underrated. Very good. And The Straight Story. This is a very sweet story about a guy who gets on his riding mower and drives states away to go and reconnect with his estranged brother. It's a little bit of a slow story, but it's a really beautiful and very touching story. Okay, so we just have a few more Imprint titles, and then we're going to get on to the ViaVision and Umbrella. Searching for Bobby Fischer. Excellent movie. Highly recommend that one. Storm Center. Of course I had to get it. It's my gal, Betty Davis, who's going to be in the, I'm going to do the Joan Crawford and Betty Davis retrospective, so look forward to that one. Jack Lemmon and Save the Tiger. This is an excellent, excellent movie. Testament. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead with Andy Garcia and Christopher Walken. I think this is a fun movie. Andy Garcia is an ex-mobster who worked for Christopher Walken, and he's called back, of course, to do one last job, and nothing can go wrong, so you can just imagine what happens. But I think this is a blast. I have a great time every time with it. Tam Lin, have not seen it yet. Uptight, I'm really looking forward to this one. It comes highly recommended, and I have not seen it yet. Wind Chill, I just picked this one up. It's another one with Emily Blunt. I think this one speaks for itself. And now we are going to move on to the Umbrella titles. A Bittersweet Life. Excellent movie. This one, yeah, also Umbrella. It's also on the Criterion Collection. Blue is the Warmest Color. It's an LGBTQ plus coming-of-age movie. Black and White. Haven't seen it yet. Chopper with Eric Bana. Very, very good. You guys told me it was good. It was good. Communion. I talked about this in a recent video. It's another alien abduction movie. I kind of had higher hopes for it. I hadn't seen it in a long time. It's not as good as Fire in the Sky, but it's okay. It's decent. The Cook, The Thief, His Wife, and His Lover. I haven't seen this in forever, so I have to give it another look before I speak on it. Death Cheaters. And The Devil's Candy, which I have talked about many times. I really, really love this movie. Family moves into a home, and the guy shows up at the door claiming that it was his family's home, and he has to get in. And the father of the family is a painter, and all of a sudden he feels like his paintings are just turning very, very dark, and he doesn't know why. And he feels like this spirit is just coming through him, and he's painting things that he has no control over. But it is a great movie, and it has a really awesome soundtrack if you like more like heavy metal music. But Devil's Candy is really excellent. So moving on to the next shelf. Okay, we have this last row, and we're going to wrap it up. Frances Ha. You know how much, if you've been around, you know how much I love this movie. This had some different things on it, so I wanted to pick it up and check it out. This is the deluxe or limited edition of Grindhouse, The Planet Terror, and Death Proof. I believe some of these are still available on Orbit, and if not, I know the just with the case, the standard edition is coming. If not, it could be there already. But for those of you wondering, yes, this is in the original format where it's just one film with the ads and the whole deal and the way you wanted to watch it, the way it was shown in the movie. So that's how it is. That's how it is here. I showed this one in a recent haul, The Gate 1 and 2. Ginger Snaps. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Ginger Snaps? I just love this movie. Hobo with a Shotgun. Head On, I have not seen, but it came highly recommended, so I checked it out. Same thing with Ida. It sounds really good, so I'm curious to see what that's about. I Saw the Devil. I've talked about it over and over. It's a great Korean film, a great Korean revenge film about a serial killer who kills the wrong girl and wrong gal, and her fiance will stop at nothing to get back at him and make him pay the price. The Last Wave. I believe this is about a very famous court case. That's what I've heard, and it's supposed to be one that is a must-see, and it's supposed to be a very important court case that took place, I believe, in Australia, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. The Love Witch, haven't seen it. Lord of Illusions, this is a really good one. I believe it was from the 90s, but it's a very good, creepy horror movie, and I believe Scott Bakula, yeah, Scott Bakula is the lead. He's very good. And this one, Mask, with Cher and Eric Stoltz and Sam Elliott. It is a shame that this has never gotten a Blu-ray release in the States. It is an amazing movie. It's a wonderful movie about a young boy who was born with a horrible disfiguring disease, and he is just an amazing kid, and this really deserves a Blu-ray release in the States. Come on, let's go. Monkey Shines, talked about it in the recent haul video. Now, a lot of these blue ones I have not seen. They were recommended, so we'll see what happens. This is The Man from Hong Kong. Not Quite Hollywood, haven't seen that. Out of Africa, I love Out of Africa, so I wanted to get this nice Blu-ray edition from ViaVision. Pumping Iron, this is a great documentary about the early bodybuilding career of Arnold Schwarzenegger, so if you're a fan, definitely hunt this one down and get it. It is well worth it. Playing Beatty Bow, this must have been a recommendation because I have not seen it. I am not going to get caught pulling this one out because there are boobs on the front, but I can tell you that it is a wild, great movie that will stay with you. It is creepy and crazy, and if you've seen it, you already know what I'm talking about. Psycho Gorman, I love this movie. It's like a horror comedy where this creature comes down and he's got a gem, and these brother and sister, and the little sister is so annoying, but she's supposed to be. They get a hold of the gem that controls him, so they have full control over him, and they make him do everything they want him to do, and it is a blast. It's so much fun. Patrick. I believe this one is getting a new release from Indicator, if I'm not mistaken, but it was recommended to me, so I picked it up, and I talked about this one. Of course, we all know Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse, and I don't think I got the Vinegar Syndrome one. It'll show up. I don't know. Repo Man, it's a good one with Harry Dean Stanton and Emilio Estevez. Also has a Criterion that no, I don't think it's out of print. I think it just got a 4K maybe. Run Lola Run, great movie. Reanimator, I have the Arrow edition, but I love this film so much, so definitely pick that one up. Stigmata, a great religious horror, if you will. If you like your religious horror, then you're going to love that one. Again, with these blue ones, I haven't seen them. Snapshot and Stunt Rock, but they were recommended. Shame, I don't think I've seen that one. There's a few films called Shame, and I'm not sure if that's one that I've seen. This one, Shine. I did talk about this in a video. It's with Jeffrey Rush, plays a guy who's a piano player, and he just has problems. He has emotional problems. His father is brutal on him, and we just follow him along on his journey, and wow, what a film. It just blew me away. It was amazing. So definitely hunt down Shine if you want to see something good and different. Another one, Stone. Haven't seen that one. Spirits of the Air, Gremlins of the Clouds. I have not seen this one. It was recommended. Same thing with this one, The Survivor. I guess we're going to see how all these films pan out. Tunnel. I have watched this one. It is a found footage movie. It has to do with tunnels that run under the railroad system in Australia, and the city wants to use it to try to get a new source of water, but that these reporters have heard that people are going missing when they go into these tunnels, so they go down there to try to find out what's going on, and oof, wild things happen. So that's, if you like found footage, that's one to check out. The Stinkovision, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know a lot of people were trying to hunt that one down. It just seems like it would be fun. Tale of Two Sisters. This is a great movie. I've talked about this one before. We have two sisters. One of them has been hospitalized and she comes home. She's had some emotional issues, And her family tells her, you know, if we see the same old things happening, you're going back. And we're not really sure what's going on. Things seem like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Just hang with it until the end, because it's all about the ending. The ending is fantastic. It makes the whole movie. And I'm going to try not to knock all these over. This one, Thirst. I don't know if that's the Thirst movie that I have seen. Undead, this one was recommended to me, so I picked it up. We of the Never Never, have not seen that one. And the last one I have here is Wolf Creek, and I love it. You know it. I've talked about it. And we have kids that they're going to go hiking or something in the outback. Their car breaks down, and they meet this fella who tells them he can fix their car. And he takes them back to his garage, and instead of fixing their car, he absolutely terrorizes them. And it's just a really cool movie. Okay, so that's it. That is my Imprint, Umbrella, and ViaVision collection to date. Unless I find a few items, little stragglers hanging around as I unpack boxes and put them back on these new shelves that I'm putting together. So I want to thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. You know I appreciate it. If you like things like this, collection updates, hauls, top 10 lists, recommendations, everything to do with physical media, consider subscribing and hit the bell notification so you know when I upload again. I believe I'm going to have something for you over the weekend, and I also will have the over at the live stream on Cinema Dave's channel on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we are every week, or you can catch us on the replay anytime. So come over and say hello, and I am going to go upstairs and get ready to shovel a whole bunch of snow that's coming tomorrow, because my 4 little girls need a place to go outside. And so that's going to do it for me today. Again, thank you so much for being here. Everyone, stay safe, stay warm, stay inside if you can, and watch good movies. And I'm going to catch you in the next one. So for now, that's a wrap.